Now,
Yeah.
when you jumped into, you said earlier you're not a risk taker, right? And to outsource the things that you don't want to do. So
Yeah.
I'm very curious, right? When you got approached to buy the gym, like what initially was going through your head?
Well, that was at that point I was like, I have to do this because number one, I did not want to go back into teaching.
Mm-hmm.
So, and not that there's any like if I had to go back into teaching, I would. There's
Mm-hmm.
definitely like nothing wrong with it. I did enjoy it, but I loved what I was doing here, and I just didn't want to give this
Mm-hmm.
up. Two, I built a community here, like and a family here, and I couldn't let them down. Like the worst thing ever for me would have been to close the gym, and we probably had 50 members at the time, and I couldn't I didn't want to disappoint them. Like I'm a little bit of a people pleaser, and that would have broke my heart to take this away from them. So I was like, I have to buy it, or this place isn't going to exist, and it's not, or at least it's not going to exist in the way it does now, and I can't do that.
Yeah, or at least can't be a part of it if it's going to go a different direction.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. But you're not a risk taker, so like how how did you work through that? Like I get that you were like, yo, this has to happen no matter what, but like how did you mentally work through that?
I don't know. I just did it. I mean, I guess I'm not gonna be like a calculated I guess I'm a calculated risk taker. Put it that way. Like I knew. I also was confident enough that at that point in time that I knew I could make it work. Like I seen the finances. I knew where we were at.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew I could continue to grow the business. So I guess it's not much of a risk if you know you can succeed.
So
Like as before
literally
you're open.
wasn't an option at all.
No, no. Like I thought nothing. Like we were already in a stable position. Like we weren't making bank by any means, but we were in a stable position where we were, we're breaking even. And I'm like, okay, like cool. We keep doing what we're doing, and I'm at least not going broke. That's my thought. It's like we keep doing what we're doing, we're at least not going broke. And I'm confident that I can grow this and that I can make it better. And we were able to. I think when I bought the gym, we were probably at 40, 50 members, and we're close to 100 now. So we've almost doubled membership in 3 years.
And
So
I would have to assume your churn is pretty low. Like you don't lose too many members month over month.
no, we used to, but no, and a lot of that's just I think the environment you create, man, it's really, it's not so much like, and this sounds weird, but it's like, it's not so much like how good of a coach you are. It's not so much how good your programming is. It's the community you create. Like when you create an environment that is positive and people love being there, they could care less. They could care less if they even work out. They just want to walk in the doors and like, hey, there's Joe and there's Billy and there's my friends, and like I'm going to talk to Jay. Like they want that. They want that community more than anything. And when you really build that, like you're set. Like, and then everything else is icing on the cake. And then when you give them the results and you give them great programming and you give them great coaching, like you're set.
Yeah. No, and it seems like, I've been in your gym now once, coming up on maybe 2 or 3 times here coming up soon. And I mean, it seems like a pretty solid CrossFit community in the sense of what CrossFit I think was intended for, which is that community, which is not like, hey, let me scream at you in the middle of a partner workout because you're not moving fast enough across the room because I'm pissed off that we're not beating them. Like, I don't get that vibe from your gym, and I could be totally off, and y'all could have hit it 100% when James walked in the other day, and that could be that. But I don't think that that's the truth. I think that really what I saw was a community of people in Peachtree City, which is also hard to do with the wild amount of competition from every other gym out there, right? In Peachtree City, there's a ton of places to go. But I mean, it seems like people really feel at home and they don't feel judged.
No, I think that's you're talking about people yelling at each other. I think the only people that yell at each other are our spouses. So our like husband and wife couples, they're always fun to watch. They start bickering. That's always fun. Hope, one of our managers, she won't work out with her husband anymore. It always makes me laugh. They get into fights. That's always like my pleasure for the year is like the once or twice that they have to work out together, and I just sit there and watch, and I laugh the whole time. And they're just like, they made them do synchro wall balls one time, and like Josh is really slow, like on his wall ball, so he just catches it and just like, and she's like sitting at the bottom of the squat, just like holding the ball, like waiting on him to get down. And I'm cracking up so bad. So that's off topic, but that's fun. That's that. Yeah, but that kind of describes us, man. Like we just want to have a good time. Like we're super like like we pick at each other so much and like joke with each other, and like our front door is really hard to see through, especially if the sunlight's coming through. So like all the time, like it probably happens once or twice a day. Somebody will stand behind that door, and like if somebody's coming up to the door, like and the door opens, they're just like, ah, and just scare them.
Yeah.
Like that's us in a nutshell. Like we're just here to have a freaking good time, man. And you know, I think again, like the icing on the cake is being able to get results, and I think that's a big thing for me is giving people what they want. I think that also makes them come back, you know, when they can come in and see improvement day after day.
Yeah. And I mean, when you say results, are you talking about hypertrophy? Are we talking about body composition? Are we talking about habits? Are you talking about just lifts? Like, where do you think you provide most value to the people that are in your gym, results wise?
So my goal is to provide them whatever they want. You know, I think that's any good business or any is to provide them whatever they want. And that's kind of a vague answer, but I think that is the beauty of CrossFit is that it can do that. If you want to get bigger and you have that discussion with somebody, it's like, hey, I want to gain muscle. Okay, well, you keep doing CrossFit, keep doing our class workouts. We just need to slightly increase your calorie intake, and you're probably going to see that. You know, hey, you know, the other person, they want to lose weight.